Hello students, here is a short lesson for you about enzymes. In this diagram, we'll look at it throughout these slides. You can see an enzyme it's a protein that has a specific shape that fits a substrate perfectly to cause a reaction to happen. So here's the starting reactants, the substrates. The reaction happens and you end with products. Enzymes are proteins that speed that up. Now I'll ask you to watch this video and use this information to fill in your notes, your assignment. Fill in the information on your slides. Throughout these notes, I'll pause on some Spanish translations for those of you that want to take advantage of that to help you learn the science. I recommend pausing and rewinding and rewatching as necessary. Now, all of this information is really important. You have to first realize that enzymes are just types of proteins. And of course, proteins are made up of small building blocks called amino acids. Remember that. What enzymes do is they speed up a reaction. A reaction may or may not happen sometime, someday by itself, but in a living thing, you need reactions to happen fast, and an enzyme speeds it up. Another word for speeding up is catalyze. So anytime you see anything about a molecule speeding up or catalyzing a reaction, you know it's an enzyme. Now, in a chemical reaction, the starting material are reactants and the end material are called products. If it's an enzymatic reaction, then that reactant is called a substrate. A substrate is the starting material, the reactant of a reaction. Now, enzymes are said to have a lock and key fit. Think about that. A lock in your door handle, only a specific key with a specific shape fits. That's how an enzyme and a substrate work. So a different substrate would not work with an enzyme that's shaped like this. Sometimes, like if a protein like an enzyme is exposed to heat or acid, it might cause it to change shape, in which case it wouldn't work anymore. That would be called denaturation. When a protein is denatured by heat or acid, it changes shape and cannot work. Now in this short animation, you can see an enzyme with a specific shape fits with this larger molecule and causes it to break down. Some enzymes break down things, some build them up. But again, notice the perfect shape for this type of protein. Now, if you imagine that the protein is a different shape, you can see there it's no longer the perfect shape for this substrate, for this molecule, so it does not catalyze the breakdown of this molecule. Has to be a perfect lock and key fit. The two molecules, the enzyme and the molecule it's breaking down in this case, have to be the right shape. Now, enzymes can break down reactions like what we just saw. A larger reaction gets broken down into smaller products, or they can speed up reactions to build larger molecules as well. Basically, any type of reaction that gets sped up, gets catalyzed by a molecule, that molecule is an enzyme, whether it's a breaking down or building up reaction. There's an enzyme for every reaction. Here is an example of a building up reaction. Again, perfect enzyme for these two smaller molecules to come together to be bonded into a bigger molecule. There's a perfect enzyme for that building up reaction as well. So now you have some MCAS questions to answer, and I want you to be very thoughtful in how you answer them. And remember the basics. Don't let all of the different words confuse you, okay? So for example, I'm going to go through this one with you. This example says, some bacteria contain a substance called nitrogenase. Nitrogenase catalyzes the chemical reaction that converts atmospheric nitrogen, N2, into ammonia, NH3. Nitrogenase is an example of which of the following types of molecules? The only thing that matters in this question is catalyzes the chemical reaction. All of this other stuff is very advanced science that you don't need to know in order to answer this question. A molecule that catalyzes a reaction, speeds up a reaction, is always an enzyme. So I'll ask you to go through these slides, the rest of them. There are a few more questions, and I want you to answer each of these questions. Tell me what the right answer is, and write a sentence or two why it's the right answer. What is the right answer and why? What is the right answer and why? And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in Zoom, or you could always email me. Thank you very much, and good luck.